that they try to tell us, it was all false. Nobody's trying to take your guns. What they want to do is make a universal background check. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You have to do a background check to get a job.
Pretty much. The job that hires you has to do a background check against you.
If you got, wait a minute. If you get an apartment, they do a background check. If you sign down on a loan, they do a background check. Every place does a background check.
So why shouldn't it be a
background check to see if you should own a gun?
Exactly. Because I know some of y'all on Facebook, y'all don't need to have any possession of any kind of weapon whatsoever. Because y'all ain't mentally right in y'all head.
Point number 2, they want to take our guns. Nobody wants to take your guns unless you're mentally unstable. If you're mentally unstable, why are you getting guns anyway?
Why do you need a gun?
Everything that happened in Richmond yesterday was a farce.
It was a complete and utter joke.
First, people was like, and then I was on WSCT, they was arguing, they was like, well, 200,000 people was there. Come to find out, it was like 20,000 people there.
And it was a nonviolent protest. Okay, cool. Colin Kaepernick had a nonviolent protest, but y'all sit there and bash the shit out of him. Correct me if I'm wrong. That joke is still being vilified for the stuff that he did while he was in the NFL.
He didn't commit a crime.
Protesting in social injustices against black people getting murdered by cops.
And just the justice in our
y'all actually had a problem with that. There's not a problem with them trying to justify you owning a gun.
They still had a problem. They still have a problem with it. Because the only type of nigga that they like are quiet niggas. I told you this.
I told you this on my post. I said Americans only love popular black people when they're either dead or mute.
You didn't like Muhammad Ali.
You hated Muhammad Ali until he became quiet and couldn't say anything. You hated Martin Luther King Jr.
He had a disapproval rating of 75% when he was assassinated.
And as of, I think yesterday it was up to 92% approval rate. You didn't like that Negro until he died. And these bootlicking Negroes that were sitting there just jumping up and down for equality and all of this stuff. Some joker decided to post some shit yesterday about equality and shit. Not a single black person in that whole picture. Had the nerve and audacity to defend it.
Why are you?
Oh my God!
Why are you screaming?
Oh, because I'm excited. I'm excited.
Take it down a notch, though.
This kind of pissed me off yesterday.
Take it down a notch, though. Take it down.
Because I couldn't post what I wanted to post on Facebook, but this kind of pissed me the fuck off yesterday because I had people sitting there defending what was going on in Richmond yesterday. What happened on Martin Luther King's Day? When representation means any and everything, when you trying to get a point across and not having one black person in that whole picture, come on, man. The joker was talking about equality and the key ingredient was missing from the whole pot. And like I said, I told him yesterday, you trying to bake an apple pie without apples. It ain't working. I ain't feeling it. And had audacity to get mad at me and defend the shit.
And then you know who came to his defense? White dude.
White dude.
White people. I cannot stress what I'm about to say to you enough. Please do not tell me as an African American how I should feel towards African American issues. Please. You have no legs to stand on because you take black dick. Because you take black dick doesn't make you a black person.
Please stop telling me about Martin Luther King. He was my go-to for my book reports. I researched and studied that man more than anybody.
Like everybody hates Chris right now.
I literally sat there and did more research on this man growing up in my 42 years of living that I'll forget more than I ever know about that man. Stop telling me that he had a white girlfriend. I know he had a white girlfriend. Stop telling me that he was a Republican. No, he wasn't. He wasn't a Republican or a Democrat. He was partisan. He did not endorse any candidate whatsoever for president. He was the most peaceful person ever. And that's why everybody hated him, loved him. Until he started to bring everybody together, the poor whites, the poor blacks. He wanted unity for them to make money in this country. And them rich white people said, nah, the hell you ain't, Negro. Pop, pop, right to your head. Yes, I do know that the shot to his head did not kill him, that they smothered him while he was in the custody of the hospital. I know all of that. Stop telling me that. I know the first person that tried to assassinate him was an old black woman. Name how old, I can't think of her last name right off the top of my head. I know all of that stuff. Stop coming on my post telling me shit I already know just to justify your meaning and your well-being and how you feel about that man. I could care less. But don't make me spend the whole day sitting there having a conversation with your opinion and my facts. It's never going to work. I hate that shit. Post that shit on your own page. I promise you I won't come over there.
Bruh, you still yelling?
Am I still yelling?
Yes. Take it down a notch, man. Take it down a notch. You still hollering, man.
They just pissed me off yesterday.
You still hollering.
They just pissed me off yesterday.
$1-800 hug, man. You need a $1-800 hug, man.
It just pissed me off from yesterday and today. People sitting there telling me about shit I already know.
And I repeat, white people, please stop telling me about black history. When you're telling me what you learned. You're not teaching me what I know. You had to learn about black history. I live black history. Nobody in your household was telling you black history. Trust me when I tell you. Not a single person in your household was teaching you black history. You had to learn black history. I live black history. My daddy was down there in Selma when the police came out with the dogs on the water hose and sprayed them. My daddy was down there. You don't have to tell me about this.
We know about the church fire in Birmingham. We know all about that because that's where half our family is in Birmingham.
We know about all these things. These things are civil history to you. These may be life lessons that you may learn later in life, but these are things that we grew up knowing.
My daddy didn't tell us a whole lot of stuff, but he damn sure told us about what it was like growing up down south doing the civil rights movement. Did you realize that we had to have an entire movement just so we could drink out the same water fountain, sit on the same bus, eat at the same restaurant, go to the same school,
shit in the same bathroom? And y'all thought at one point in time this was
50 years ago,
and this was considered advancement in the black community because we have to drink out the same water fountain as white people.
Not to mention the Tulsa massacre that happened when black people was striving and living their life down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the Black Wall Street. All of that shit was popping there and that blew the whole shit up.
Because one thing, and I said it before and I say it again, I said it on my post and I'm going to say it right here on Facebook to y'all personally. Whatever I write, I write. When you see the shit on my post, I write that shit. Ain't nobody helping me. Ain't nobody co-signing. Ain't nobody
co-signing shit.
But here's what I said.
But trust and believe that if we type it, it's true.
You good, man?
I'm good, man.
You need a hug today. But all right, here's what I said. I basically said that white supremacy is one of the main causes of why integration happened. They didn't care about segregation. They just saw niggas over there prospering. We was building our own little communities up. A lot of people had this misconception about the Black Panther Party and everything that they stood for, but the Black Panther Party was doing things that white America just wasn't doing for us. Taking care of our schools. Making sure we was taken care of. Do you understand that if you on WIC right now, it's because of the Black Panthers?
The Black Panthers got you on WIC right now.
These are programs that the Black Panthers helped out. So when you actually when you combine and say, the KKK and the Black Panther are like, absolutely not.
No, sir.
Because the Black Panther wasn't based on hate. Yeah, Kim, tell him take a break, man. I mean, he is really angry today.
No, I'm not angry.
He is angry.
I'm actually pissed off because
I'm trying to tell him, get him a hug, man.
These jokers that had me hot the last couple of days.
My ex-birthday's coming up here on the next break to get this man a hug or something. Pat him on the head, rub his tummy, do something.
So I'm sitting there, was like, man, y'all had me heated though.
But anyway, like I said, integration only happened because white people saw that black people could prosper without them. There's no history that's documented in America about white history that's positive. There is no positive history for white America in here. Everything positive in this country happened because of the people of color, whether it been black people, Indian, Mexican, anything. All that stuff, all the good things we have in America was based solely off of people of color. It was not because of white people.
Nope.
Everything bad that's happened in this country, it's been all white people.
And I hate to break it to you, but it's true.
We did a lot for black. School lunch, all that stuff, Stacey. School lunch was brought in by the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers and the KKK are absolutely nothing alike because one spewed hate and one was built out of necessity. This is what happened. This is why I called Richmond a farce yesterday. What happened in 1967? Bunch of Black Panthers went up to California State, just like these white people did yesterday in Richmond. The Black Panthers did this in 1967. 1966. My bad, it was 1966. They went up to the Capitol because we were being mistreated by the police. It's documented. You've seen the pictures of the dogs, them sicking dogs on black men back in the 60s and whatnot, yada, yada, yada. But the Black Panthers came to fruition because of these things. And so what happened was they went to the state capitol in California. You know who the president was? You know who the governor was of California at that time? Precious Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Yo, precious, lovely Ronald Reagan, who could do no wrong, was the governor of California at this time. Whatever this dude's name was, Mulford Act. I don't know his first name, but brought to this thing a Mulford Act, which is exactly what the people in Richmond thought that they were accomplishing yesterday. When in fact, the Mulford Act actually prohibited carrying loaded firearms in the public. You could carry a gun in public, but it couldn't have no bullets in it. You can carry all the guns you want to in the world, but they ain't no bullets. You couldn't carry the loaded arm about that. You know why? Because they wanted black people. They wanted to take the guns out of black people's hands because we started policing our own communities because we couldn't trust J. Edgar Hoover and all these crackers. And I mean, I'm gonna be cool. I ain't gonna call them crackers. Lord forgive me. But we couldn't trust all these people that was entrusted to protect us, who was actually doing the most killing because of us. A lot of these things happen because out of necessity. The Bloods and the Crips happen out of necessity.
I didn't see not every single person post about Philando Castile when he got shot brutally by a cop and all he did was reach for his wallet. I didn't see the same people that was marching up there in Richmond come talking about that.
Y'all didn't march for us. Y'all didn't march for Tamir Rice.
I didn't see Tamir Rice getting the same kind of love from the white community. The NRA
didn't make no statements about that.
Shot him in 0.12 seconds. That's 0.12 seconds. He got shot as soon as he got out the car.
And he had a toy gun.
And he had a toy gun.
Playing in the park.
I didn't see anybody posting about that. But when we post about the injustice and inequalities in the world, we hate police. No, we don't hate police. We just hate police. We just hate bad police. We can still support the police, but not support all of them because some of them it's a bad apple in every single bunch. But what are y'all gonna do to get rid of them? What are you gonna do to sit there and talk to your man and your supervisor? Because I actually heard people getting fired, policemen getting fired for speaking up on the injustice and inequalities that they're doing by trying to take away our rights and stuff. Stop that. Because when they speak up, they get kicked out.
Because the NRA doesn't think that only think white guns matter. They don't care about us nigga guns.
No. And see, like I told Scott yesterday on his show, what happens if we form a march up there in the state capitol with a bunch of black people? You think we're going to get the same respect that they got?
What if we
dressing up like COD soldiers?
What if we actually recreate the 1966 march up on Capitol Hill in California? What if we get all the blacks that own guns, legal guns in all these different states to march up to their spots with all these I despise the NRA. Most of the people despise the NRA because the NRA is only for white people. It's a good old boy connection. I've said this many times. The NRA don't care about
nobody.
The NRA will never, ever make a statement concerning black concerns when it happens to us. They will make a poster. They will make commercials about it if a white dude did it. If it happens to a white person, but we won't get that same thing with the NRA.
Nobody misses President Obama more than the NRA and the gun manufacturers because they made billions of dollars while he was in office. And the only president that has done anything to regulate any guns whatsoever in the last 19 years has been your Lord and Savior, President Trump. He actually put a ban on bump stocks for assault rifles because of the Las Vegas shooting that killed all them people at that get together from the hotel. He is the only person that has passed any gun legislation whatsoever.
Technically, Ronald Reagan was the first.
Actually, because there was a whole bunch of niggas and guns over there.
There's a whole bunch of niggas and guns in California.
What did we have? Gun regulations. But y'all don't know about them, but nor did you care about them.
Y'all didn't care that the same NRA was behind gun control in 1967 against that with the law.
But now in 2020, no.
Second Amendment.
We come Second Amendment. Second Amendment. Oh no, Second Amendment. Blah 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 blah. Second Amendment. Blah blah. Y'all killing me with that Second Amendment defense when they was talking about muskets and not an AR-15.
Kim, I said it on my post. I said them Negroes that was over there at the rally yesterday in Richmond were just there for photo ops. they were photo ops just like the preachers were for President Trump when he was getting elected. It was actually like he was there. They were there just to be taken pictures. They were there to be made spectacles of. Like, see, black people were here. Please don't stop. If black people see, please, I implore you, stop being that person.
Stop being Kanye West.
Yeah.
Because let's go back in the time travel again and talk about Kanye West and his timeline where white people hated him and the way they love him now. When he said Bush hates black people.